Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Monday, June 1. In Squiz Kids Today, amazing cave rescue in Laos, a rare blue micromoon, big weekend for soccer fans, and the world's best spellers. That's what's making news, kids style.
The Lowdown.
And we start the week with the good news story of the dramatic rescue of 5 men who were missing in a flooded cave system in the Southeast Asian country of Laos. You may have seen photos or video over the weekend of muddied, exhausted, but oh so happy Laotian villagers emerging into the daylight after having been trapped underground for a week. The men had gone into the caves, which run for kilometres underground, to pan for gold. But when heavy rains flooded the caves, they became trapped, unable to return the way they had come. An international rescue effort was launched as soon as it became known the men were trapped, with specialised cave divers flying to Laos to help bring the men back to the surface. On Friday afternoon, 1 man was rescued, emerging blinking into the daylight. And then rescuers redoubled their efforts with water pumps, removing as much water in the caves as possible. Enough that 4 other men were able to squeeze their way back to the surface, popping out and hugging relieved relatives before being whisked away to a nearby hospital. The cave rescue comes almost 6 years after a similar operation was undertaken to rescue 12 boys and their soccer coach from a flooded cave in Thailand. It's amazing what can be achieved when everyone works together.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in the United States, where kids a little bit older than you have spelled hundreds of words most of us have never heard of in the biggest spelling bee in the world. A spelling bee is a spelling competition where kids compete to see who can spell the most number of words in a certain amount of time. Now, that might sound simple enough, but not so simple perhaps when the words being spelled include enthymeme, toroni, and bromocryptine. And no, I have no idea what those words mean either, or even whether I've pronounced them properly. The winner of this year's Crips Spelling Bee, that would be 14-year-old Shrey Parikh from California, who spelled a record-breaking 32 words in 90 seconds in a tiebreaker speed round. I've stuck a link to video of the remarkable effort in today's episode notes, because who doesn't love a spelling test?
Sport time!
The Socceroos have started their run to the Football World Cup with a loss to Mexico in a friendly match in California yesterday, as Aussie coach Tony Popovich tests out his side in the lead-up to the biggest sporting event on the planet. Mexico won the friendly 1-0 after what many Aussie commentators complained were a few dodgy referee calls. Not that the crowd were all that concerned. Some 78,000 spectators packed the stadium, with a vast majority coming from Mexico, which sits just to the south of California. Meanwhile, over in Europe, Paris Saint-Germain, or PSG as they are also known, went back-to-back in the Champions League final, beating Arsenal in a penalty shootout tiebreaker after the score was locked at 1-1 and the full-time whistle. Now, it's worth pausing and sparing a thought for Arsenal striker Gabriel Magalhaes, whose penalty shot sailed over the crossbar, delivering the game to PSG. And a shout out also to PSG skipper Marquinhos, who was the first to run up and offer a hug to his devastated opponent. Now that is the sign of a true champion.
Spaced out.
Did any of you happen to catch sight of the moon last night? It was pretty hard to miss, on account of the fact it was super bright and a super rare micromoon, and a blue moon too. Let me explain. Every 3 years or so, we get 2 full moons in a single month. Normally, we would only get 1 full moon a month, but when it happens twice, the second full moon is called a blue moon. Hence the expression, once in a blue moon, to indicate that something doesn't happen very often. But last night's blue moon also happened to be what's called a micromoon, which is when the moon is furthest away from the Earth in its orbit and hence looks a little smaller in the night sky than a regular full moon. So, if you copped an eyeful last night, you saw yourself a very rare blue micromoon. And if your dog was acting weird or your little brother or sister was unusually restless last night, let's blame that on the full moon too. Why not?
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. How old was the winner of this year's Cripps Spelling Bee? Well done if you said 14 years old. Question number 2. In which country, starting with L, were 5 men rescued from a flooded cave at the weekend? Rhymes with blouse. Did you say Laos? Well done to you. Question number 3. Which country did the Socceroos lose to in their friendly match yesterday? That's right, they lost to Mexico. Well done, Mexico.
Shoutouts.
It's Monday, June 1. Pinch and a punch. Today is World Meat Pie Day, World Milk Day, and World Barefoot Day. Which means you should totally all walk barefoot to the canteen today and order a meat pie and a flavoured milk. No, don't really do that. I'll get in trouble for even suggesting it. It's also a special day today for these Squiz kids, celebrating a birthday today and tomorrow. Brooklyn from West Albury, William from Albury, Davis from Ryde, Alicia from East Linfield, Pippa from Mollymook, Ikea from Kalungar, Titus from Griffith, Micah from Ryde, Maeve from Orange, Alison from Melbourne, Zoe from Milton, Saba from Westley, Oliver from Bedford, and Patton from Croydon. And a belated birthday shout-out today goes to Mia from Arundel. And today's classroom shout-outs go to Class 5 White with Miss Dixon at St John the Baptist Catholic School in Maitland, Class 4T with Miss Torrick at Lavington Public School, Class 5Y with Miss Leray at Lakes Grammar School in Warnervale, and Class 4M with Miss Klemke at Coringal Public School in Wagga Wagga. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you'll want a shout out, or if you're after a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow with a super excellent new Squiz Kids shortcut on the history of money. From shells and stones to coins and blockchain, the way that people have bought and sold things throughout the ages has changed dramatically. Tune in tomorrow to learn about a South Pacific island where massive stones the size of small humans were used as currency. Gosh, imagine fitting that into your purse. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.